So I often get asked what got me into playing indoor football, and I wish I could say it's the fast pace, the skills, the goals, but if I'm speaking honestly, the real reason I got into it is because, as you can see up here in Rochester, New York, it's literally like this for about 4 months of the year. So if you don't want to play indoor football, you're pretty much not going to play football competitively at all. But guys, welcome back to another video. So today is going to be a training day. I'm going off to the facility, going to do some individual work. Just a light run there, didn't go crazy. Look at that, literally -4 degrees today. No thank you. But we do have team training tonight as well, so my session over at the facility is going to be mainly technical, my individual work. But first things first, I need to get over to the barber and sort out this barnet because there's literally birds trying to land in it. It's an absolute nest right now. Kids always wear a coat, hat, gloves, scarf, snowshoes, catch a cold. What? So haircut's all done. Big thank you to Greg from Blue Heron Barbershop for giving me the trim today. If you're ever in Rochester, come over to Blue Heron, he's gonna give you a high quality cut. Also wanna give a shout out to OneFootball, kindly offered to sponsor this episode of the season. OneFootball is a free football app that you can download onto your mobile device. Keeps you up to date with leagues, teams, players, everything you can imagine in the world of football from all around the globe. So it's absolutely free. It's gonna be in the description below. Make sure you go and download it if you wanna keep up with everything football related. But without further ado, we're gonna get over to the training facility and get a good sweat on. So let's go. So I thought I'd give you guys a voiceover, let you know all the things I'm doing in my individual training session. As always, beginning with a 10-minute warm-up, just jogging backwards and forwards across the boards, getting some dynamic movements and stretches in. It's so important to warm up because not only does it help prevent injury, but also you actually train more effectively. You get a lot more out of it if your body is activated. So make sure you guys are warming up for at least 10 minutes before you get into your training sessions. As you can see here, getting some kicks in, doing quite a lot of shooting today, so really warming up that groin and those leg muscles. Then I moved into some fast feet exercises. This is a part of my warm-up, also just trying to get a bit of coordination down. I like to do these at the start of my training sessions, really gets the body fired up. So all of these are taken from my fast feet training sessions. I'll put links to them on the screen right now if you want tutorials on any of these foot movements. But for each exercise, I just went through it twice and I did about 10 in total, so literally about 20 reps. And that was enough to get everything activated, get my feet nice and coordinated, ready for the training session ahead. I always try and increase the intensity and the complexity of the footwork patterns as I get closer to that 10th exercise. This is the one I finished on. And then after I've got nice and warm, I literally get on the ball straight away, just doing some dynamic ball mastery, getting a lot of touches with all the different surface areas of the foot. So I've just got these 2 sets of cones, probably about 10 to 15 steps apart or something. Doesn't matter exactly how far they are apart. But as you can see, just getting loads and loads of little touches using the inside and outside and sole of both feet. I want to get nice and comfortable on the ball. Again, like to start my sessions with this. This is essentially just maestro exercises on the move. It's important that you can dribble the ball, not only using all the surface areas of the foot and getting comfortable, but also manipulating the ball off into the space as well. So this is all I'm doing, just using all those surface areas, trying to get as comfortable as possible, just getting in a rhythm with the ball at my feet. So I just went through this for about a minute straight, and then I went into a passing exercise. So all I'm doing here, passing the ball off the wall, but as you can see, I'm controlling the ball in a very indoor football specific way. You'll notice any of my team training sessions, we're doing this all the time because this is usually how you're going to control the ball in the game. You step on the ball with the sole of your foot, and then your whole body steps across, and that's me facing up against my opponent. You always want to face up against them to see if you can take them one-on-one, because in indoor there's a lot of 1v1 scenarios. So as you can see, receiving the ball from the side, stepping across it, working on both left and right feet. Then I go into a shooting activity, so starting in the middle of the pitch, and all I'm doing is playing the ball at the wall. Then as it's coming towards me, I control it with the sole of the foot, almost making it look like I'm going to shoot, rolling it past that imaginary defender, and then just lacing the ball into the net. I like to keep my shots high if possible. This is the most difficult place for the goalkeepers to save from this kind of range. So this is the area of the pitch I'll be shooting from most commonly as a second forward. If my target lays it off me, or if I receive it from the opposite side from a midfielder, this is kind of the area. You'll notice in most of my training sessions, I'm getting a lot of shots off from this area of the pitch. So I worked on about 15 reps with my right foot, then just went across and did the exact same thing with my left. Again, taking it with the sole of the foot, making it look like I'm going to shoot, and that defender will usually flinch a little bit. So if I roll it a couple of feet, it just gives me that little bit of space to get my shot off as well. Then I went into a more dynamic shooting drill. So again, playing the ball off the opposite boards, and then I'm driving towards these cones here, either cutting inside and getting a shot off from a little bit of a further range this time, or I'm going to take it down the left hand side of those cones and get a left footed shot off. So really trying to smash that ball if I can. This is going to catch the goalkeeper off guard. Quick move to cut inside. I'm not going for full sprints at this point, trying to save my legs for the training session. Just working on that shooting technique. So a quick shifting move, either cutting to the inside or the outside, and then trying to get that shot off quickly, aiming for the corners if possible. And then I just went across to the opposite side and did the exact same thing. So when I'm cutting inside, I'm taking the shot with my left foot, and if I'm cutting to the outside down the right side of the cones, I'm going to be taking the shot with my right foot. If I do take that wide one down the right hand side where I'm going almost to the corner, I'm going to try and shoot across goal, because the goalkeeper will try and shift to that near post to cover it, so he will be exposing that far side. If I can't get it all the way across to that far side of the goal, I'm at least going to try and hit it high. That's a difficult place for the goalkeeper to save it as well. So for this particular drill, I did about 15 reps on the left side of the pitch and then 15 reps on the right side of the pitch. And then immediately following, I went into a deep stretch, and this is so important, especially after a shooting session. Such an explosive activity, it's going to put a lot of stress on the groin, the hips, the quads, the hamstrings, so you want to take care of your stretching immediately after. The worst thing you can possibly do is go straight from the training pitch and go and sit in your car for 20 to 30 minutes. That's a quick way to get injured the next time you come out on the pitch, because you're going to suffer a lot of tightness. You need to keep those muscle fibers elastic, so stretch right after your session. Dedicate a good 10 to 15 minutes to stretching. So I went through each of these stretches, 20 to 30 seconds per stretch. Then if there was a particularly tight area, I'd repeat the stretch. Good individual session there, as you can see, mostly technical work, saving the legs for team training tonight, although I know we're doing a lot of structure, a lot of defensive shape and kind of formation work tonight, so I'm not sure how entertaining it will be for you guys, but I'll still take you along, get some clips to show you what we do. But for the rest of the day, pretty much just going to be running a few errands, going to go get some lunch now, also got to get off to the post office, had an order in for one of my training t-shirts. Theo from Wisconsin ordered the red shirt with the black logo. So Theo headed to the post office right now. Thanks so much. It should be on its way to you and at your door in the next few days or so. But yeah, I don't know if there's going to be anything else that goes on between now and team training. So I guess I'll just catch up with you guys there.